What is up, YouTube? It is a dreary day outside, perfect for us to be in the garage. So, without any interruptions, whatever, crack a cold ones. If you watched the last video, you can probably see where I messed up on the oil pan. I didn't realize it until, yesterday? When I looked in the box behind me, I forgot something. And I don't remember the name of these guys, but they follow the bolts right there. I'm not gonna paint them. I ain't worried about all that. Again, it's under the motor, so I don't really care. But I gotta get them on. First, foremost, let's get right into it, and then we'll get to the next little bit. I am letting the drill charge, if that kind of hints at anything, but I need to get this done. Cheers. And I do have the Ugga. I went and got it out of my truck just for this. I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm going to start with this side. That pulled the whole dang stud out. That almost went bad. The old trusted dusty 10 mil. Excuse me. I need to clean this card off behind me. All these bolts are the same, so that don't matter. And it is this one. It goes just like, yeah. We'll slap this stud in first. Make sure it's threaded. Pop that nut on. And then we start putting our regular old studs back in. As soon as they thread, I'm good to go. I'm just going to do one side at a time. I'm just send her. Give her a couple Ugga, probably walk away. You didn't know I also got Cletus going into my ear. Gotta have that. I was watching the video and I was like, finished my stogie, and I was like, let me go ahead and turn this camera on and get this done. And stop waiting on that. I thought about doing this off camera, but I was like, no. Let me go ahead and admit my mistake. I'm gonna swap out the U. I messed up. I'll admit it. I did. I blame y'all. No. It's my fault, for sure. Turn the power down just a hair, just to be safe. Send it on the other side. I'm going to try not to cover up as much as I can. We use the oil pan as a little bit of a table. I'll show you with that one a little bit further. These ones don't matter where they're at. Should have went a little further on that one too. Boom. Go ahead and store that sucker right there. Make sure them are actually threaded on there. We'll just handle these one at a time. So, what I needed the drill for is we're starting on the next part. And I just need the drill to make a hole. I already done one hole and then it died. Torque to spec, of course. Come on. Get off of there. So, there we go. And by the way, if you work at Harbor Freight or in the sponsor department, tell them to sponsor me. I love this Hercules. This is my second one of these. The first one did not have the varying power option, and I freaking love this thing. It takes off lug nuts if you want to with the power setting. The original one I had, it was okay. It could do it. It'd take a second, but it could do it. This one will knock that thing out quick. With the 2.5 amp hour battery, 20 volt, with the power level on it. We're at 2 bars, and she just did that on setting 2. You can hear the power difference. Tell them to sponsor me. I would love to be sponsored by Hercules. But there is that. I can actually put the bag back over it now because we're not doing anything with this right now. I wanted to knock that out. Let me go ahead and flip her back over. Oh. She got just a little bit of weight to her. Come on, get me a little hidey hole. Don't let me get the hammer. When in doubt, use that. Let me slap the bag back on her. Yeah. That's still broken. And then we'll just roll this to the side because it might be a little bit before we get to this. You pick these up. Probably ain't gonna use them ever again, but still. Alright. So I guess I can show you kind of what we're doing. Where's my cold beverage. So, we're working on the heads. Kinda. We're at least gonna get the valve springs out. I am missing one spring. So, my old man, my father, has a 350. And this is pretty much the exact same thing, just minus 2 cylinders. He bought new heads. So, no, he got, was it new heads? I think he told me it was new heads. Well, anyway, he's got valve springs for me. I'll have 2 extra. So, no, my mistake, I'll have 4 extra. So, I'm gonna swap them into there. I don't have them yet, and I ain't doing that this video. I gotta wait for him to take them out of his car. He's got a 71 Chevy Malibu. I know it's a Malibu. 4-door for his drag build. We're hoping this thing will smoke it. Motor's a lot lighter. These things got heck of a lot of torque. Except he'll have slicks, and I don't have none of that money right now. Nor do I even want slicks on this yet. But I know I've got him beat by weight, for sure. But yeah, let me go run and get the drill battery and drill a hole in this sucker right here. This is one of those old school wrenches that had the specific sized wrench hole. I drilled it out using the last of the drill power, and I gotta put a hole somewhere in here so we can use it to actually get the valve spring keepers. That's what they're called. But let me go grab that battery. I already went ahead, made the mark where we need to go. Got my step bit. Let me go ahead and move that gas line. That ain't nothing but for a pressure washer that I need to do. And we're just gonna send her. Pretty sure that's about where I want it. I'm gonna change how that's sitting. I got the dimple made though. That should be good enough. The tip is a little on the dull side. It's a little off center, but I think it'll be fine. A little PB blaster. Once we're past this initial hole, we're golden. Come on now. I have another one of these step bits somewhere. And for the life of me, I could not find it. It's brand spanking new somewhere around here. Tell me you burn out a drill bit without. I've had that thing for, at this point, years. Woo! And she is hot. And it's nowhere near where I need it to be. That ain't good. Hopefully it ain't touching no wood, because that thing is hot as can be. It's also bent. Yeah, she bent. Right there where I'm drilling. You see it's still smoking. She's getting hot on my fingers. Ooh! That one was hot. Wish I had like a flathead or something just right here. You got a magnet. Put that back where we got it, something like that. Just keep going at it. The drill bit's already burnt up, so screw it. Then wear your safety glasses. There we go. That should be there. Deburr that edge just a little bit. Now we're going to give that a minute to cool down. So, there's that. That sucker burnt. But 434 Tech heads, valves, and they're covered in cat hair. I'm gonna wait till I get the valves out. I actually need to go ahead and set a piece of cardboard on the shelf right over here and just set each valve with the specific cylinder that it goes in so that I know which ones are which. It did come with valve seals. Not seals, that's the part that it meets. Caps? I can't remember what they are. They're in one of these boxes over here. That's them here. Hopefully they fit. But it's these little guys here. They slide over your valve and go right onto your head. I got a brand new box of them. That, and I also want to use some valve grinding compound to go on ahead and get the actual seal in the combustion chamber all nicely done. So this is the one. This is the other one, and you can see just how bad they are, just dirty-wise. But this is the one reason that I'm going to have to put SBC stock valves in, valve springs. But let's let that thing cool down for a minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the space on the shelf here, just so it doesn't get touched, doesn't get messed with, doesn't get anything. I'm gonna label it with the this is the exhaust side. So we've got exhaust, intake, intake, exhaust. And I've got to figure out a way to label each of these cylinders, because I am also wanting to hit this with paint and potentially taking a die grinder and wallering this out a little bit. The intake side, don't mind that, doesn't look all that bad, but I don't think I'm going to touch that, but I may mess with that a little bit, potentially. I want to get them clean first. That's my main priority. It's not going to happen in this video. That might be a video just in itself, but I would like to at least get one of these off on camera. That's the actual top of the valve itself. And then there's these two little keepers. See if I can get the light just right. You can see there's one from here to here, and then the back side, there to there. Trying to look at the camera and point. I'm going to use this stud to create the pivot for that. And I may need to put the mallet. I'm gonna lean back because I'm holding a tripod, but thinking I can possibly put the mallet there and use that as a pivot, but I at least want to get one off on camera. If I can get one off on camera, probably this one, I'm good. I can set it there. I can do the rest off camera, but I at least want to do the one to show that being used for that. So let's let that cool down. Let me make the spot, and we'll be right back here in a second. So I'm going to be 110% honest. I thought this was going to do it. It was not. It don't matter. I was never going to use that anyway, but I may take the evening to explore this, because I know you can do it with like a C-clamp, but you got to like modify it heavily with like a socket and all this stuff, and I don't know. I might go down to my boy's shop and just see if he has the tool. He might, for all I know. It wouldn't hurt to ask. And worst comes to worst, I'll just buy it. I hate to say it, but the rule is if you use it more than twice, you should just buy it. Well, mainly that's when you're renting tools, but if you gotta borrow it, it's the same thing, unfortunately. And with this instance, I'm gonna use it more than twice. Well, twice. I mean, obviously more than twice, but twice for taking them out, 2 sets of heads, and putting the SBC ones in. SBC is small block Chevy, 350 or 305. But yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can potentially borrow it. Hopefully, if he doesn't have one, I'll just buy one tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. It all depends on how much they are. If they're too much, I've got plenty of extra sockets that I just don't have a need for. It just has to sit pretty perfectly, and then I've got to cut it so I can get to an opening, so I can take them out and not lose them. I've lost them before on the Predator 12. Thankfully, I was in my parents' backyard in one of those Harbor Freight tent portable garages, and I heard it hit the wall, and I went over to that area and searched for about 20 minutes, and I did find it. But yeah, so most likely, I'll just get back with y'all tomorrow, but y'all have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow, right now. All right, so we are on day 2 of these valves. So I did go to my boy's shop last night. It's the next day, next afternoon. He had one. They're 4 LS motors, and it's just the standard bolt-on clamp it, as you tighten it, it pushes the spring down. But we started looking on what they look like, and it goes to show I have one. When I went on break this morning, or this afternoon, I suppose, because it was like 12 o'clock, I came home and I knew I had one. I just could not find it. Because I tried to find it last night. Sure enough, I found it. And I kind of put it on there just to see what it was kind of like. And it's a little scary because these little teeth right here, they have no lip. Like a reverse, like they go like this and then straight down. There's no curve in, there's none of that. So it kind of scares me for the fact that this thing could just pop off. So I'm going to at least try and get one off to show you on camera, but the rest of them I'm going to do off camera, and I'm going to take my sweet time with it. So without further ado, let's just try one. And I know that I tried it earlier and it kind of just pushes it down a little, but we might as well just go ahead and send it, I suppose. We're going to go ahead and let it all the way up. Try and bite on the bottom of that spring. I also just got done washing, or blanching, I guess them old ladies be calling it. About 22 pounds of asparagus. So those are inside, getting nice and dry, because you gotta let them dry out before you put them back in the freezer. This thing kind of scares me a little bit. I've got a magnet sitting right there on the pegboard. I'm not a big fan of it because it doesn't squeeze like I'd like it to. I'd like it to squeeze and hang on. And I can look right through the exhaust port and see if it's opening the valve or not. This thing is scary as can be. I will not lie to you. I hope I don't catch a spring to the hand. I wish this thing on top was a little bit bigger. Then I know they make other ones, and I was so close to just using like a C-clamp, which I may still end up doing, because this thing is a little more tighter than I thought it was going to be. Yep, that's exactly what I was scared of. It did just pop off. I hate to do it, but I may have to call the video and just make something. And I don't really want to let this video go on any longer than it actually already is. Maybe I'll give it one more go around. So I'm not scared about damaging these springs. It's the valves themselves I'm more scared about messing up. Maybe just wrap a zip tie around it and put it real tight. I don't know. Because it did dang sure just pop right off. All I gotta do is get the keeper out. That's all I gotta do, and then we're really in a scary spot. I'm trying to also hold it at the same time so it doesn't pop out like it just did, but I feel like it's going to. All right, our valve is nicely open. Ooh. I did it again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make something, because I'm either gonna have to make one or buy one, and because that just, it almost had it. But I feel like for setting the springs back, I'm gonna actually have to make something. Something that cups the top of the up here, that leaves me an opening, that pushes on the bottom of the valve. But this just ain't it. Now, I did say in the last clip I was gonna make a spot on the shelf, label it. So I've got the even number of cylinders and the odd number of cylinders, and they're gonna go, and I'm gonna number them as they go. So cylinder 1, 3, and 5, and then 2, 4, and 6. The intake and exhaust, you know, as well as putting the keepers with them. But either I may do this in another video, because that's a little freaky with that. Maybe I'll try with the LS one real quick. Give me a minute. Okay, so when I went over there yesterday, he did let me borrow the cups. You know, you sit there and do that when you're using the valve grinding compound, which he also let me borrow a little bit of it. But here is the LS brackets. I truthfully have no idea if this is going to work. I mean, it's got the forked end and all that good stuff. Pretty much this bracket, And there's another one in here. I don't know if you can really see that, but I don't think I'm gonna need that. And some screws. So we're gonna find out at the same time that I find out how well this is gonna work. Let's see if that even threads in. She threads in. We're golden on that point. All right. It's a little easier, I suppose. Just to kind of wave it down the threads. It's binding on one spot. I think I need to find an Allen key. Let me know down in the comments below if you also kind of hate Allen keys. I should back that off a little bit. I can see where it got bound up on. It pretty much just cleared them threads right out. Oh, we need a spot. I'm backing it off a little bit so that I can get it kind of threaded into there. Kind of an awkward position for it, but I think it's meant to do something kind of like that. I'm not entirely too sure. Because the whole thing kind of moves at the same time. I don't really know. Bottomed out on that. I'm gonna figure this thing out. Because this looks like a good option. Like, I guess you get that to the right spot and use it to push the whole thing down. Maybe that might work. If it'll go down far enough. We're about to find out though. I'm gonna figure this thing out. At least if I can get out one on camera, I will be happy. So I'm gonna put some kind of spacer, collar, or something, which unfortunately is in that bucket. Bear with me for 2 seconds so I get this bucket down. It's just full of like collars, sleeves, stuff for bolts. I am pretty meticulous when it comes to stuff like that. That looks like it should work. I can't remember what it's out of. Could be out of a wheel of some sort. Let's see if that one will reach. And it does not, so we need something just a hair shorter. That's too thin. That's too thick. That one might work. Worst comes to worst, we'll stack a washer or two in there. I am so tired of cat hair, you wouldn't even believe. I may have to stack washers just because of that gap. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some washers or maybe even another smaller spacer of some sort in there. That might do it. That one will probably do it right there. There you got the Allen key. Hopefully this thing will thread down far enough to where it'll do what I need it to do. I probably need to flip this thing over. Back it right back out. Come on. We're gonna flip it over.
Oh, yeah. She's not even... It's not even pushing the valve. Yep. This is the route we're going. Don't bottom out yet. She bottomed out. Oh, but we got enough. Oh, no, we don't. Oh, no. It's so close. It is so freaking close. We're going to have to put some washers on it. I'm going to have to stack a couple washers on there. Maybe, like, I don't even know. Let me grab some washers out of this bin because we're so close to getting one out that I won't even stop the camera to get these bins. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You're a thick boy? No. Too thick. You probably will work. You might work. And you might work. I grabbed 3. We're just gonna slap them all right in there and just go with it. Worst comes to worst, I gotta pull it all back off again and at least take one out. Boom. Scary, scary, scary. This is like the equivalent of pulling a spring out of your suspension without a spring compressor. Oh, come on. It wants to come out so bad. Oh, oh. You got one? We got 2. This is going to be a long process. Okay, slow and steady from this point on. It would hurt so bad to catch a spring to the face, the finger, any of that. It might, when I go to put them back in, I'm probably going to just go ahead and invest in the tool to actually do this instead of making something work. When I can hold this spring up, I'll be quite happy. Boom. Ta-da. Wow. It's a little scary. I won't lie to you. But we have a freed up intake valve and a freed up exhaust valve. I'm calling it there. I'm gonna have to take my sweet time with the rest of 2, 4, 6, 8, the other 10 of these. I won't even show y'all them, me doing them, because this is gonna take a while. If y'all have watched this long, genuinely, go ahead and just hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and shoot me a like, comment, subscribe. that's pretty much it. Follow me on TikTok, same username. I also have an Instagram, same username. I don't post on there as much. I actually post on here more than anything else. But you never know. You may get the exclusive content. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Crack yourself some cold ones. Peace. Wow. I'm about to clean them up too.